two legends of film history, and a new threat greater than anything the Titans have ever faced before. Godzilla x Kong Supernova is the next chapter in the Monsterverse, featuring what may be the biggest monster showdown of all time. Leaks from the first test screenings are promising a lot already. We'll tell you why this movie belongs at the top of your watch list. First, a quick look back. Where exactly are we with the Monsterverse right now? The franchise has been around for 12 years now. It all kicked off in 2014 with Godzilla, a fresh take on the iconic giant lizard with a modern look featuring impressive effects and a dark, realistic tone. In 2017, Kong Skull Island marked the rebirth of King Kong. Set in the 1970s, the film linked the story of the giant ape with the mysterious organization Monarch. The goal was clear: the Titans were destined to meet one day. Before that, however, 2019 brought Godzilla King of the Monsters, featuring lots of other Titans. Then, in 2021, the big showdown finally happened: Godzilla vs. Kong. Two Alpha Titans fought for supremacy, with spectacular battles on the open sea and in neon-drenched metropolises. But enemies became a team. In 2024, the sequel Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire was released. New threats from the Hollow Earth forced Godzilla and Kong to join forces. At the same time, the series Monarch: Legacy of Monsters continues to expand the universe. The backstory of the Monarch organization and its decades-long connection to the Titans lend the franchise additional depth. In 2027, the two giants face a new adventure, and their new adversary is no stranger, is the legendary SpaceGodzilla, an extremely powerful mutation of the original. In the 1994 Japanese original, Godzilla's DNA is sent into space, where it is altered by cosmic forces, giving rise to a new, crystal-covered monster, complete with telekinetic powers. He is considered virtually invincible and surpasses his predecessor in strength and intelligence. This means Godzilla is likely to face his greatest challenge yet. In general, Godzilla seems to be getting more screen time again in the new film. The previous film had focused more on the Ape Titans. This raises the question: what role does Kong play in the battle against SpaceGodzilla? While Godzilla embodies raw, destructive power, Kong stands for strategy and adaptability. With his mystical axe and technological exoglove, he has powerful tools at his disposal. We expect tactical support in battle above all, such as a targeted attack on SpaceGodzilla's crystal structures to weaken him. One aspect that has become increasingly important in recent films is the Hollow Earth. Kong has now established his own realm there and gathered a sort of family around him. With SpaceGodzilla as a new threat from space, the question inevitably arises as to whether the attack will strike only the Earth's surface or the Hollow Earth as well. That would force Kong to immediately defend his newfound home. Furthermore, it would be extremely visually appealing if SpaceGodzilla were to use the Hollow Earth's well-known gravitational anomalies to his advantage with his telekinetic abilities and completely turn the terrain upside down. We're eagerly awaiting a change behind the scenes. The previous director, Adam Wingard, is stepping down for now. Instead, the new Monsterverse film will be directed by Grant Sputor. He previously directed the science fiction thriller I Am Mother starring Hilary Swank. The director is known for his visual flair and atmospheric strength, qualities that are a perfect fit for a cosmic monster adventure. The screenplay is by Dave Callaham. He has previously worked on blockbusters such as Shang-Chi, Mortal Kombat, and The Expendables. Particularly exciting, Callaham was already involved in the story of the 2014 Godzilla and therefore knows the foundation of the Monsterverse inside and out. The cast of Supernova is impressive. Caitlin Dever takes on a central role. She most recently made a name for herself with her performance in the second season of The Last of Us. Meanwhile, cult actor Matthew Modine will portray a general, a character who is likely to play a decisive role in the face of a global threat. Other new additions include Blood and Sinners actor Jack O'Connell and Jurassic Park legend Sam Neill. Dan Stevens returns to his role as the Trapper from the last film. In February 2026, an unusual report began circulating. Apparently, there had already been made test screenings of an early cut of the film, more than a year before its theatrical release. First, the good news. Even this first version of Godzilla x Kong Supernova was apparently quite well received by audiences. These leaks also confirmed SpaceGodzilla as the main antagonist. Beyond that, however, there was also information about which Titans we'll see again and which ones we won't. According to this, there will be no appearances by Mothra or Rodan. Instead, Zuko and Shimo are reportedly returning. However, caution is advised. A lot can still change before the film is finished. It wouldn't be the first time that filmmakers have added additional sequences or removed others after such screenings. After all, that's what these test screenings are for. In just a few years, the Monsterverse has become an integral part of the modern blockbuster landscape. With Supernova, the next evolutionary step seems to be on the horizon. An adversary from the depths of space, a fresh creative team, and a cast brimming with genre experience. We can hardly wait. Godzilla x Kong Supernova hits theaters on March 26, 2027. Of course, there's more to Godzilla than just the American Monsterverse. The legendary kaiju's Japanese homeland has also made an impressive comeback in recent years. With Shin Godzilla and Godzilla Minus One, Toho Studios produced two completely different interpretations of the atomic lizard, both acclaimed, both relevant, both proof that Godzilla is far more than just a simple popcorn monster. When Shin Godzilla was released in 2016, the film surprised many viewers. Instead of classic monster action, the film focused on biting bureaucratic satire, crisis management, and political decision-making processes. Here, Godzilla was less of a hero or anti-hero and more of an unstoppable natural disaster, a reflection of real-world events such as the Fukushima disaster. The film relied on intense dialogue, a sober direction, and an increasingly grotesque evolution of the monster. The result was a dark, intelligent work that received high acclaim both nationally and internationally. To this day, rumors about Shin Godzilla 2 continue to circulate. One thing is certain, there is great interest in a return to this radical Godzilla approach. In 2023, Godzilla Minus One surprised international audiences even more. The film is set in Japan shortly after World War II, an era when the country was already in ruins. In this context, Godzilla appears not only as a physical threat, but as the embodiment of collective guilt, trauma, and existential fear. Director and screenwriter Takashi Yamazaki delivered a film that combines the classic kaiju genre with intense character drama. Instead of pure destruction, personal fates take the center stage. Internationally, Godzilla Minus One became a surprise hit. Particularly noteworthy, the film won the Oscar for Best Visual Effects, a tremendous honor for a Japanese production with a relatively small budget. As part of Godzilla Day 2025, the title of the sequel to Godzilla Minus One was finally officially unveiled, Godzilla Minus Zero. The logo alone generated excitement on social media. Production has already begun, with filming locations including Norway and New Zealand. Little is known about the plot or cast so far. However, Takashi Yamazaki is once again at the helm. In Japan, Godzilla Minus Zero is set to premiere in the US on November 6, 2026. Fans speculate that the sequel could tie in with the legendary original film from 1954, a return to the series' roots. As you can see, Godzilla fans in particular are in for a real treat in the upcoming years. Are you more Team Monsterverse, or do you prefer the Japanese original? And what appeals to you most about these stories? Is it all about massive action, or do the human stories in these films matter to you as well? We're looking forward to your comments. Feel free to like the video if you enjoy the format, and let us know which other movies you'd like to see previewed. Until next time, your KinoCheck team.